Hello and welcome to sportingways.com. My name's Thomas Rooney and I'm joined by Peter South once again. We're going to start by looking back at the Premier League's results from the most recent weekend. Start with obviously Saturday's results. Bolton 3, Liverpool 1 to begin with. That's a great win for Bolton. They kind of, after a disappointing season so far, it's a massive home win.
Yeah, as big a result it was for Bolton, though. It was a terrible performance by Liverpool. They were very insipid. They looked like Kenneth Dalglish came out afterwards and said, you need to really shape up or you're out in the summer. So he gave them a real kick up the backside and they responded in the Carling Cup. But it was a very terrible performance by Liverpool.
So, it's happened too often this season for Liverpool, hasn't it?
Yes, and Craig Bennett was the only shining light, and once again he was last night as well.
Okay, Everton 1, Blackburn 1. It's going to be going like that for Everton, sort of 1-1 draws and sort of home games where they're not scoring too many goals, but a valuable point for Blackburn, definitely.
Yeah, I think they'll be the happy of the two teams. I think Phil Neville came out in the week and said we're going for a real bad time at the moment. Not obviously relegation form per se, but sort of struggling along, not making progress, which they would have liked. They've brought a couple of faces in the January transfer window, and it hasn't given a spark yet. But they will really need to kick on. They'll be really disappointed with a home point against Blackburn.
It's not as if they're getting hammered or anything, is it? They just need a bit of
they've
something.
got ambitions over Everton, and they'll want to move on.
Fulham 5, Newcastle 2. This was a big win for Fulham. Clint Dempsey hat-trick. He's shown a few times now that he's a good finisher in the Premier League. Newcastle, disappointing result on the road, and they were 1-0 up and dominating, to be honest, still comfortable anyway.
Well, I mean, it's a cliche alert, but it was a real game of two halves. In the first half, Newcastle were all over, and they only got a 1-0 lead. That was their downfall. They could only get one goal, and they couldn't push on in the second half. Fulham attacked with real verve, and they got the goal. We've always said they're a dangerous attacking side, and they proved it. And you say Clint Dempsey was on top form that day.
And Norwich 0, Chelsea 0. First clean sheet of the season for Norwich for us. I mean, Chelsea wasted some chances. Torres particularly missed a very, very good chance. Mata had one. But we defended brilliantly, and John Ruddy was very good for us. So a valuable point against Chelsea for us.
Yes, and Ruddy was given the man of match award, rightly so, I think. But like I say, Chelsea did have a few chances, but I wouldn't say they hammered you. I wouldn't say they were knocking the door all the time. I think they looked very flat. They looked slow. They couldn't move the ball quick enough to pull your defence aside. You just held firm. So it was a solid point for your guys. And first clean sheet of the season against a team like Chelsea, you can't really complain.
Very happy. QPR 3, Wigan 1. It's a big win for Mark Hughes. I think it's his first Premier League win for QPR. They brought a couple of players in that hadn't featured for a while, like the likes of Buzaki and people like that. Came in, scored a goal. And it's just a fresh start for QPR, isn't it, after Hughes has replaced Warner?
Yeah, and any new manager will tell you it's always important to get that first win as soon as possible, because the honeymoon period finishes if you don't, and he'll be so happy. I mean, for Wigan, from a Wigan point of view, it was a real kick in the teeth, and they sort of go right back into the relegation zone as QPR and Bolton move. They
would have seen it as a bad time to play QPR, probably, wouldn't they? They'd rather have played them maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
They're a bit of an unknown quantity at the moment, QPR, because obviously you get the new confidence with the new manager, you don't know what way they're going to go, and Mark Hughes got on playing really well, so they'll be happy with that.
Stoke 1, West Brom 2. Valuable win for West Brom. They've had a frustrating few weeks, but a good win at Stoke. Not many teams win that.
No, like you said, I think Roy Hodgson's cut a really frustrating figure in the last couple of weeks. I think he's really gotten his players back, and his home form hasn't been very good, so obviously to counteract that, away form needs to be right on, and it was a really good away win. Like we said, not many people go to Stoke and get a win.
Sunderland 2, Swansea 0. Solid win for Sunderland, and sort of at home game they would expect to win, but they got the 3 points, so they continue well under O'Neill. And for Swansea, it's kind of a bit of a hangover from the Arsenal game, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Playing a team like Swansea on the road, obviously not as formidable as are at home, but they were really flying high after that Arsenal win. That was a real moment for them, probably the best moment of the season. So Sunderland have done really well, and Sessegnon's looked like a cracking player. His goal was brilliant as well.
Wolves 2, Aston Villa 3. This was a valuable win for Villa. 2 goals for Robbie Keane, 2 cracking goals in fact. And Wolves very frustrated. McCarthy, that's just the word used all the time, frustrated, annoyed. And he was frustrated, particularly in this game, I think, with Carl Henry, who did a ridiculous sending off.
Yeah, he's a little...
ridiculous in terms of what he did, not the decision.
Petulant kicking out was a little bit silly, but it was, like you say, Robbie Keane was the difference. I mean, it shows the power of the loan ball market that Alex McLeish has been able to bring a player in of his quality just a short term, and he was the difference. And like you say, 2 goals were brilliant, and I look forward to more of that this week.
And on to Sunday's results. Obviously, this was a big day in the Premier League. 2 massive games. Start with Manchester City 3, Tottenham 2. If you want to talk about that one. The thing is, I'd say it's obviously from a neutral's point of view, Manchester City got the win, but Tottenham probably didn't deserve to lose the game. I thought the draw would have been fair. Fantastic game of football. What do you think?
It was. I mean, we could fill a whole podcast on this one. I don't think either side played particularly well. Like trying to sort of diss themselves. I don't think either side sort of made a convincing case to win it. So perhaps a draw was a fair result. But the events of the last, particularly the last 5 minutes or so, was so frantic and hectic. And to be champions, Man City need that sort of luck, and Spurs maybe just haven't got that to sort of kick on and maybe push on for their title challenge.
Just quickly, was it Gareth Bale's pass or Jermaine Defoe's finish that he didn't score at the end?
Your last 10 people, you get 10 different answers. I'm going to say it was Jermaine Defoe. I think he should have anticipated the cross better because he's meant to be a striker.
Okay, and then it was Arsenal 1, Manchester United 2. So again, you would have expected United probably to go there and win. That's the kind of the way Arsenal are going at the moment. But first half they were comfortable. Van Persie brought it back, but then Welbeck scored a late winner after the controversial substitution, as far as the Arsenal fans were concerned.
Yeah, I think in the first half Arsenal weren't really up to scratch. I think Arsene Wenger knew that. And the best thing about Arsenal was Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He was sharp, he was dynamic, he caused United problems, and his role in Arsenal's goal was brilliant. The way he's run incisive and played a nice little ball for Van Persie. And the Arsenal fans were right to vent their frustrations. Now, I think it was also right to say, look, I control this team, I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
But United probably were good value for the result in the end. I don't think there's much between them, but I think they deserved the 3 points.
Okay, that's it. Enjoy the FA Cup weekend.